Last week, Governor Pritzker signed off on legislation expanding vote by mail for the upcoming November general election. And election commissions across the state have until August 1st to mail voters those applications. Now, joining me now to look into what can be done in Tazewell County for those who are voting there is the Tazewell County Clerk, John Ackerman. Thank you so much for joining us today, sir.
How are you today? Good to see you.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. First off, I want to go ahead and start here. You're going to be asking the county board for money to be able to send out the applications to vote by mail. Just how much are you looking for, and what exactly will that money pay for?
Yeah, the legislation that was passed was done, in my opinion, very sloppily. It didn't fulfill its intent that was being advertised. Under the current legislation, only roughly 55,000 of our 92,000 registered voters would receive an application. That's because it only applies to individuals that voted in 2018, 2019, or 2020. So the difference between a gubernatorial election and the presidential election would be 14,000 voters. Like I said, 37,000 total would be left out if we just followed what the state law required. So Wednesday, I'm asking the Tazewell County Board to allocate $17,000 so that we can fulfill the mailing out of applications only, not ballots, to all registered voters in Tazewell County. The state grant offered by the state of Illinois will pay for the remainder, which is estimated at $43,000.
What happens if you do not get that money? How will the county be able to prepare for the upcoming election under the new guidelines that you have to address?
Yeah, if we don't get the money from the county board, the additional $17,000 will mail out just as the law requires to all individuals that voted in 2018, 2019, or 2020. We estimate that number at about 55,000. Just those individuals that'll all be covered by grant funding. So just those individuals will receive it. Problems will be though, if somebody got married and changed their last name, they'll receive two. While at the same time, because it would have been their old name and their new name, we have no way of sorting out that difference. The other example could be somebody's spouse votes only in presidential elections, but not in any other election. The one spouse will receive one because they vote every time. The one that only votes in presidential, they won't receive one at all. So there'll be a lot of people pointing fingers and wondering, why did some people get it and not everybody? What I'm asking the county board to do is, if we're going to mail, which we are going to be required to mail applications out to voters, let's make sure that every voter gets an application. And again, it's just the application. That's not the ballot. The requirement is not for us to mail ballots out to everybody, but give them the chance through applications to vote by mail.
And here really quickly, because I know we've run out of time here, but obviously all of this is in response to COVID-19. But what about voters? What can they do now to go ahead and maybe even register for a mail-in vote or ballot? Is there anything that they can do now to go ahead and help you in this process before the money is even allocated?
Not at this point. The deadline for us to get these out to the voters is August the 1st. At that point, that would be when you start calling in, sending in information for us to get you on the list to have an application, have a ballot, mailed to you so you can vote by mail. But right now it's too early. We're nowhere near that part of being ready for that.
All right. Well, that's John Ackerman, the Tazewell County Clerk. We appreciate you for being on today, sir.
Thanks a lot. Have a wonderful day.
All right.